Last time on Rorsrps, the Throwback Tour. In East Rutherford, it was Madusa who reclaimed the racing title, while Maximum Destruction took his second freestyle win. Tonight, we hold our final Tampa, Florida show with two competitions sure to give us some memorable moments. This is Rorsrps, the Throwback Tour, and this is Monster Jam. Hello everybody and welcome back to Rorsrps, the Throwback Tour. My name is Preston Vieira and we are here at Raymond James Stadium for our final Tampa, Florida show of the season. We have an awesome 12-truck lineup ready to go, including our substitute filling in for Scarlet Bandit, Sudden Impact. Brutus is back also after being subbed out for East Rutherford, and the rest of these drivers are ready to kick off some racing action. So let's check out tonight's bracket and see who's facing off. First up tonight in the racing bracket, we will see Donkey Kong taking on Brutus, followed by the biggest rivalry in Monster Jam, Maximum Destruction taking on Gravedigger. Bulldozer is going to be taking on Sudden Impact. And to finish up round one, we have Captain's Curse taking on El Toro Loco. In round two, waiting for opponents, we have the top of our racing leaderboard right now, Zombie, followed by Predator, Madusa, and Destroyer. You see we have Zombie and Madusa on opposite ends of the bracket once again, so there is another chance that they could face off in the finals once again. But let's see how the rest of the night goes as we get started here, kicking tonight's racing off with Donkey Kong versus Brutus. Donkey Kong is going to be on your right tonight in round one, and Brutus is going to be on your left as these trucks finish up their lap here and get these fans hyped to kick off some racing action. Brutus missed East Rutherford, so he's definitely looking to come back and pick up some points if he can. Donkey Kong, on the other hand, also looking for some points, but he's not as far down on the leaderboard as Brutus, since Brutus missed a show. Both trucks backing up, lined up with that ramp, trying to get pulled up to this line, staged and ready to go. And they are. We're just waiting on the first green light of the night here in round one. We're green and these trucks are off, heading over the line for the first time. Donkey Kong a slight lead going into turn one. Ooh, Brutus comes back through the turn, a much better turn than Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong slipping up, hitting that ramp on the side there, and it's gonna be Brutus advancing to round two to kick off round one tonight. What a race from Brutus, keeping it nice and smooth, opposed to Donkey Kong. Next out on the track, the biggest rivalry in Monster Jam history, Maximum Destruction versus Gravedigger. Maximum Destruction is going to be on your right, and Gravedigger is going to be on your left as these trucks come on out and get lined up to kick off this race here in round one. Maximum Destruction already getting lined up with that ramp. Gravedigger now doing the same. Maximum Destruction has had a tough few weeks here in racing, rolling the truck in round one or just having trouble getting out of round one period. So we'll see if he can do better tonight as we go green here in the rivalry race. Heading into turn one, both trucks looking good. Max D not up on two wheels, so that's a good sign. Gravedigger a lead though, heading into the final turn. Maximum Destruction keeping it nice and tight, doing much better tonight, but it doesn't matter. Gravedigger had a much faster lap there as he's up on two wheels here for the fans, and down he goes. An unfortunate ending, but a great race from Gravedigger. Moving on to round two. Next up though, we have Sudden Impact, who's going to be on your right, our substitute for tonight, and Bulldozer is going to be on your left. Sudden impact, getting up on top of those cars, giving these fans a nice photo op before the race starts here. Bulldozer finishing up his lap and getting lined up with that racing ramp. Sudden impact pulling up to the line now. Bulldozer, a lot of faith in his lineup here from the back. Pulled up to the line, both trucks staged and ready to go. We're just waiting for green. And they are off. Sudden impact, the slight lead is close though, heading into the first turn. It's close once again, but Bulldozer pulls it out this time into the final turn now. Who can hold it together? It's close, it's Bulldozer though, advancing to round 2 tonight. What a race, the substitute keeping up with that Bulldozer truck, but just a little bit behind when it comes to the line. Next out on the track, though, we have El Toro Loco in your left side and Captain's Curse on your right. This is going to be an interesting race here. These Werewolf node beam trucks, specifically El Toro Loco here, struggle in these turns. El Toro Loco's been having a rough time in racing this season. The farthest up the bracket he's made it is round 2, and I believe he's only made it there once or twice. So he's looking to have a good performance here tonight if he wants to get a little bit of racing points. If he fails and goes out in round 1, he will be getting 0 points in racing tonight. As we go green here in your final race of round 1, Captain's Curse leads over the line for the first time and into turn 1. Both trucks a great turn. Captain's Curse a nice drift, but he's up on 2 wheels and he's losing the rear end. El Toro Loco way out wide. But it's going to be El Toro Loco for probably only the 2nd or 3rd time this season, advancing to round 2. Man, both trucks having major slip-ups in that final turn. But let's take a look at that bracket and see how round 2 is shaping up here. Zombie is going to be taking on Brutus. Predator is going to be taking on Gravedigger. Madusa is going to be facing off against Bulldozer. And Destroyer will be taking on that El Toro Loco truck. Hopefully El Toro Loco can hold it together for round 2 and make it to the semifinals for the first time this season. Zombie coming out of the tunnel now. He's going to be on your right, I believe, as he drifts that truck around that turn. Look at that, getting these fans hyped up for his appearance here. A regular, I should say, in the final round. Brutus coming out now. He's going to be on your left here in this race as he gets that truck lined up with that racing ramp. Zombie pulling up and getting lined up with the racing ramp as well, finishing up that lap. Fans doing the zombie arms in the crowd. We may have more zombie fans here tonight. Zombie being the usual, being the regular in the finals. Brutus is looking to knock him out of that though. All trucks ready to go. We're just waiting for green to kick off round 2. And these trucks are off. Up and over the line. Zombie taking the lead into turn 1. Both trucks having great turns though. Brutus catching up and taking the lead over the line for the 2nd time. Zombie out wide in the entrance. This is going to be close here. Oh my goodness, from behind, Zombie comes back and advances to the semifinals. A close one. An extremely close call for Zombie, nearly going out in round 2. Predator, though, is coming out next, and he's going to be taking on Gravedigger. Predator is going to be on your right, and Gravedigger on your left. Gravedigger comes on out, getting lined up with that blue lane. Predator gets lined up with the red. Ooh, both trucks ready to go here. We're already waiting for green here in round 2. They are off. Predator a slight lead over the line. A good lead, I should say. Heading into this final turn. Predator losing the rear end. Not a good look for Predator here. Gravedigger could make it to the semifinals if he can just hold it together here. Over the line, it's going to be Gravedigger knocking out Predator. An unfortunate break for that Predator truck. Going out in that first turn, I believe. Having trouble there. Madusa is coming out on the track next. She is hyped to be here clipping that car a little bit. Madusa took the racing win a few times now this season. More often than not. and she took the win in East Rutherford last show. Now she's facing off against Bulldozer here in round 2. Madusa pulling up to the line. Bulldozer doing the same. Can Bulldozer hold it together here and be as fast as he was last round? Knock out Madusa. We'll find out as we go green here in round 2. Madusa lead over the line into turn 1. Bulldozer having a great turn though, and leads over the line for the second time. Oh, he's up on 2 wheels. Down goes Bulldozer. Madusa coming from behind thanks to Bulldozer's massive slip up. Madusa advances to the semifinals. What a race, an unfortunate break for Bulldozer there, but a great race up until the roll for sure. Next out on the track though, we have El Toro Loco gonna be on your left, and Destroyer is gonna be on your right. El Toro Loco swinging it way wide, trying to get lined up for that racing lane. Destroyer lined up on that red ramp, ready to go. He's backing that truck up. El Toro doing the same. It's going to be an interesting race here. This is only his second time, I believe, making it to round 2 for El Toro Loco. Needs to hold that truck together through the turns to be able to make it onto the semifinals as these trucks are off. Destroyer a lead over the line. Captain's Curse had the lead last time, but had a major slip up. Destroyer just needs to hold that truck together in this final turn of round 2, and El Toro clips the car, having a terrible final turn, and it's gonna be Destroyer advancing to the semifinals. Let's take a look at that semifinal bracket, see who's coming out and facing off. Kicking off the semifinals, we have Zombie versus Gravedigger. Excited to see Gravedigger in the semifinals, and then we got Madusa taking on Destroyer once again. Before we get up into that final round, let's kick things off here with Zombie versus Gravedigger. Zombie is going to be on your right, and Gravedigger is going to be on your left once again. This is going to be an interesting race. Can Gravedigger knock out Zombie and finally make it up into that final round and get some much needed points, as he is down at the bottom of this tour? Not in the final spot, but he's low. Both trucks on the line and ready to kick off the semifinals here as we go green. And they are off the line. Zombie with the lead heading into turn 1. Both trucks having solid turns. Gravedigger coming from behind. This could be it right here in the final turn. Both trucks beautiful turns. Zombie way out wide, but it's gonna be Zombie advancing on to the finals once again as he narrowly beats Gravedigger and comes from behind. Next out on the track, we have Madusa on your right and Destroyer, on your left. I wish I could say that I'm excited for Destroyer to make it to the finals, but I don't think it's gonna happen tonight. Destroyer regularly not a feature in the final round. Madusa regularly knocking out Destroyer. So the light is red as it goes green here. These trucks are off. Madusa has a lead over the line and into turn 1. Great turn from both trucks. Madusa lightning fast getting to that jump once again, but she is out wide on the entry into the final turn. But it's gonna be Madusa. Like I said, Madusa advances to the finals. It is a rematch of the rivalry here in the Throwback Tour. Zombie versus Madusa in your final round. Both of these trucks coming from opposite ends of round 2. These two trucks are the two to watch on this tour, and they are both in the finals once again. Zombie is going to be on your right, and Madusa is going to be on your left. These trucks may face off a lot, but it's always exciting. You never know which of the two are going to come out on top, and I love that they are always in the finals against each other as Madusa bounces off that dumpster there. Personally, I feel that these two trucks bring a rivalry to watch to this season, something much needed. And these two bring it for sure, as they are in the finals once again here, facing off. Zombie on the line, ready to go. Madusa ready to go. We got a red light, and we are about to go green for your final round. And they are off the line and heading into turn one. Zombie has a slight lead this time. Madusa keeping it nice and tight, taking the lead, heading into the final turn here. Zombie a great turn, but he cannot bring it back. It is gonna be Madusa. Zombie's been coming from behind all night, but he could not do it in this final round. Madusa is your racing champion once again in the Throwback Tour, this time in Tampa, Florida. Nice little slap wheelie from Madusa. A great night of racing from everybody. Zombie and Madusa once again facing off, and Madusa comes out on top as she parks it up on top of that massive hill that we got for freestyle here. Let's take a quick look at the points awarded for tonight's racing. Madusa comes out on top once again, so she's taking 15 points. Zombie not far behind, getting that runner-up position with 10 points. Destroyer and Gravedigger both going out in the semifinals with 6 points. El Toro Loco, Bulldozer, Predator, and Brutus all going out with 2 points, while Captain's Curse, Sudden Impact, Max D, and Donkey Kong all go out in the first round, taking 0 points. And we have a new tour leader once again. Madusa grabs that top spot with 105 points. Zombie with 101. Predator with 61. A massive gap on the rest of the competition from Madusa and Zombie. And Maximum Destruction takes 59 points. Destroyer with 51 points. Captain's Curse with 46. Donkey Kong with 38. And Brutus with 31. Gravedigger takes 29. El Toro Loco also with 29. Bulldozer with 15 points total. That's a low score. And Sudden Impact down at the bottom of the lineup right now with 0 points. We'll see how he does in freestyle and if he can get some points needed. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the show tonight, be sure to hit that subscribe button, that like button. Share with your friends if you think they might enjoy the show. You can also find me on Instagram at Rorsrps. We got all kinds of behind-the-scenes stuff like racing results, freestyle results, pit party pictures, early access to the week's racing brackets where I ask predictions of who you think is going to win. Anyway, thank you guys again so much for watching. We got freestyle coming up in just a minute, so be sure to come back at 4:30. Thank you guys. I will see you in just a minute.